Hello, everyone. Welcome to Book Club Preview. I'm Michael, and today we're looking at Lab Girl Chapter 5, talking about roots, really. And wow, the author makes it sound so dramatic about plants and their lives, and certainly the risk that they take starting a root is actually really impressive how dramatic she made it sound, how dangerous and how risky it is. And it's a huge risk. And she talks about how a seed, when it first decides to send out a root, it's taking an incredible risk because if it sends that root out, it needs to find success or it's dead. And that is really risky if there's predators around, or if it's too dry, or if it's too hot or too cold, whatever. If that seed cracks and the root comes out, it had better survive or it's dead. Whereas animals, right, they can move, they can leave, they can walk around, and being born in a certain place isn't as risky. It's really, wow, mind-boggling, I think. But she talks about if it happens. Okay, let's say a plant, 1 in a million seed, cracks open and starts to grow and find success. Then it's like hitting the lottery. Success. Roots come out, plants, leaves come out, and it can thrive and survive. And she says, with that first root that comes out, it's not for finding nutrients, but it's more for creating an anchor. So that way the seed doesn't blow away or get eaten up too quickly. It goes deep down and creates an anchor. And then it goes out sideways. She even says that, as it goes out, and I can't remember if it's down or up or sideways, sorry. But in one of those directions, it actually has its roots connected with other plants. And so if something dangerous happens to this plant, there's chemical signals that go across and they touch the other roots, and it goes to the other tree or bush or whatever plant and signals to that plant that there is some danger, which is really interesting. She talks finally about this last tree, an acacia tree, and how when they were digging the canal, what was it, Suez Canal? I can't remember which canal they were digging, but in like 1860 something, they were digging a canal between two continents, so that way ships can pass through. And as they're digging 100 feet down, they found the root of this acacia tree had grown down, and the scientists have different numbers for this, like 30 meters, 45 meters, but had grown all the way down through dirt and rock and rock and dirt, 30 to 45 meters down into the soil. And the scientists were really mind blown that this tree could build its root down so far. But then she imagines that all the scientists got together, took their picture, and then cut the root in half. Which, oh man, that sounds so sad. Thinking about that plant or that tree growing and building and planting and extending its life system down so far, just to have some humans uproot it and kill it. Wow. I really hope they're able to transplant it, but I doubt it. And that's how the chapter ends. There's a few vocabulary words here I want to talk about. The first one is rootlet. When we add let at the end of a word, it can mean baby, like piglet, baby pig. I'm trying to think of another let word. I can't think of any more, but we can add let to a word to make it a baby. So rootlet is like a baby root. Taproot That is a root that goes into the ground that anchors in so it doesn't get out. And we can use this expression in many different things, in business, in studies, in work, in building a new habit, all these different kind of stuff. Of saying, like, as you're doing something, you're doing it and digging it down deep continually over and over again so it stays and it doesn't change. Intertwine is to kind of mix together and tangle up together, and that's what the root systems do in the plants that are around each other. Gutsy is kind of like courageous or daring, or maybe confident to do dangerous things. Dank is damp or a little wet. Her memory of these books that she was reading are dank and dusky, which means not very clean or clear. Cohort is like a group or a team. What is this word here? I'm trying to pronounce it. Fetid? It means like rotten. So like the air is not clean or dirty. But I'm not really sure how to pronounce it. Putrid. Fetid. Let me check. Okay. Internet says fetid. And I've never used that word before. But it means spoiled or rotten, unclean, kind of things like that. And that leaves us to our discussion question. Thinking about this root and these seeds, I have to ask you, what is the biggest risk you have ever taken? Wow, I just think about, in the previous chapter we learned that the shell of the seed is not so much to protect the seed, although it does, it's some great armor, but it's also to keep the seed from growing when it shouldn't. It's locking, it's imprisoning, cocooning the good parts of the seed in there. And then finally the seed has to take a risk and grow and crack or die. Wow. What is the biggest risk you have ever taken? Please make your own discussion question. That is all the time that we have for today, but thank you so much for joining me for this episode of Book Club Preview. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Hey, if you have any questions about the video today, please feel free to leave a comment in the comment section. If you had any other vocabulary words that you wanted to know what they meant, let me know. And also, if you're interested in maybe joining one of these book clubs, please leave a comment and I'll get back to you. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.